good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy Chris B. Daniels, and welcome to the final episode of Missing the 90s, Season 2. So, tonight we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're not going to be talking about no items, we're not going to be talking about consoles. We're going to be talking about a particular video game for this one. It's a game that's not well liked, it's a game that a lot of people have bashed. Now, I can judge it for the consoles, but I can't really exactly say how it was in the arcades because I never played the arcade version. The game is Wargods. So, originally, the game was released in 1995. Late 1995, maybe 96, one of those years. So when it came out, it was just a test for the Mortal Kombat 4 engine, to see how it held up and everything. Now, this game right here, the first time I played it in particular, was on the Nintendo 64 back in 1998. I had traded a game, with a friend in school. I had let him borrow South Park for this game, which, at the time, I thought it was a fair trade because South Park for the N64 isn't really necessarily a good game either, but it was all right. But War Gods, it was more like, I like to call it a vanilla game. There wasn't really much to it. We pop the game in, and you get the credits at the beginning, and then there's only two options you could choose from: start and options. Now, the only thing you can do in this game is toggle with the fatalities, turn them on, turn them off. You know what I'm saying? And I have to say this before I continue too. The difficulty level in the game is very unbalanced. The first few characters are, like a punching bag, but it's like as you progress, the characters get harder and harder. So it's like it changes the difficulty for you. You know what I'm saying? Um, and the game does not exactly live up to its name, War Gods, unless you're just talking about, the green pieces of ore. Now, if you played the game, do you know what I'm talking about? That turns the fighters into gods, but as far as like, mythical gods or whatever, there's only one that I could think of in the game, and that's Anubis. But the character became Anubis. And the backstory of that character was he was originally a grave robber who was robbing, trying to rob pyramids and all that. And then he came across a piece of the ore, which destroyed his body and turned him into Anubis. So that's basically his origin. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of the characters, you got Sci-Fi, you got Kabuki Joe, you know what I'm saying? You got Maximus, Pagan, Tak, Vala, Voodoo, and Warhead. So those are pretty much the 10 characters in the game you could choose from. I gotta say, my character though of choice is Anubis. That's the one character I play with every time I play the game. Kabuki Joe might be my second choice, even though I think Kabuki Joe was kind of a stupid name for a character. But I gotta say, that's one of the most difficult characters to beat. You know what I'm saying? He'll hit you with that 10 hit combo every single time. But anyway, this game served, you know what I'm saying, as a sacrifice in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because the game didn't really do too well on consoles. You can get it for fairly cheap online. It goes for, I think I got it for about $6 at the time. But it was one of those games where I didn't really care for it, but I just had to have it in my collection because it was cheap. You know what I'm saying? If you come across a cheap N64 game out in the wild, then you're not exactly going to turn it down like that unless it's Superman 64. You know what I'm saying? But that game shouldn't cost anything. In fact, if anybody just gave you the game, they ripping you off. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I had reviewed this game many years ago, but I felt like I did a terrible job at it. I didn't give it, a detailed review. And I will say this, I kind of played the PlayStation version. I might have played it once. The only difference between the N64 and the PlayStation / arcade version is the music on the PlayStation version and the arcades it's a little more what's the word I'm looking for? It's enhanced. Not enhanced, but it's basically like the actual it's like Red Book audio for the PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like you get more of the music. You know what I'm saying? The N64 they had to cut certain parts of the music out. You know what I mean? It I don't know, it's just very small detailed changes in each version. You know what I mean? Now, this game never was released on the Sega Saturn. I don't know why. I guess around the time the game came out, the Sega Saturn pretty much died. You know what I'm saying? Because it came out on the N64 and the PlayStation in 1997. So, yeah. But if you never played this game, find somebody who has it and play it with them. I don't recommend getting it because if purchase it and it is not what you think, because like I said, it's only starting options. There's no tournament modes, no survival modes, no practice, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's only it's a vanilla game. You know what I mean? So like I said, if you want to give it a shot, find somebody who owns it, ask them to let you borrow it and try it out. You know what I'm saying? If you have a PlayStation or N64. But that's all I got to say about that game. I'll probably never play it again, but it sits in my collection as we speak. But anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. I will greatly appreciate that. And I hope you guys have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later. And by the way, not too long from now, we will be coming with season 3 of Missing the 90s. All right. See y'all folks later. Peace.
The feeling is mutual. Come in, take a seat, share your thoughts with each, and preach it when you speak, so we can share kinetic energy throughout the brainwaves, keep us balanced out and all on the same stage.